Welcome to Berwick-upon-Tweed. Not a bad place to start a run. Had a beautiful place to start a run. I'm doing something a bit special today. So there's an event called Run the Raid, which is a half marathon that I spotted. And I thought about coming and doing it. And thought, let's just go and do the run. So it starts at Berwick and ends all the way down at Lindisfarne. So it's a bit more than a half marathon I'll be doing, but we'll see how it goes. It's North Berwick behind us. We're on our way down to Hull, and this is a nice stopping off point for a bit of a break. My family are having a look around the town and going down to Holy Island, and I'm making my own way on foot. Set off way too fast, but it's quite good that I'm talking to you guys. So this route will follow the Northumberland coast, and I'm in a bit of time constraint because at the end I have a choice to make. I can either be sensible and go over the causeway, or I can do the Pilgrims route and go straight across the sand to Lindisfarne, which is a bit adventurous. Low tide and dusk are quite close together, so bit of a dodgy one. But on the route I'll be having a play with my new pet called Neo, and we're talking a bit about plans and why, if you're a heavy runner like me, 2.2 may be the magic number. So I'm going to press on, but it's not a bad place, is it? It could almost be Scotland. About a mile and a half in, and behind me we have the entrance to one of Scotland's finest rivers, the River Tweed. Seems strange that the entrance is in England, and England's really always been keen on keeping it that way. In fact, I seem to remember Elizabeth I spent more money on defending Berwick than she did against the Spanish Armada. Ooh, I just realised something. I don't know if you can see this, about here there's a couple of little dots. That's what I'm running to. Better stop talking and start running. Stunning rock forms. This is the high part of the route. The wee hilly bit. So, the plan. So for the last few months, I've very much been plodding along like this. And I'm going to take a bit of time between now and Christmas and try to get a bit quicker. And the way I'm going to do that is to try and carry less weight. I don't mean the pack, I mean me. So at the moment, I'm 129 kilos, and my best 5k time set last Christmas was 25 minutes 40, and I want that to go down. Now there's a wonderful statistic for heavy runners, every kilo you lose, you can do a kilometre 2.2 seconds quicker for the same effort. So if I can get down to my dream of 110 kilos, I should be quite nimble. Why 110? Well, in my life, I've been obese. I've been morbidly obese. I've been super morbidly obese. And now, I would like to be overweight. I'd be happy with overweight. That would do nicely. And also, if I can lose that amount of weight, I should be pretty quick. You see, I've done some calculations, which will appear on the screen now. And I could be a okay runner. And also, that 2.2 kilos per kilometre increases with distance. So over an ultramarathon, it actually goes up. Right, so I'm currently about 8.5 miles into the run, and it's been good, although the last few miles have been a bit like, I'm trying to remember which one it is. You know, the Charles Dickens one, where they're on the coast and there's a mad old woman who gets the daughter to play with the poor anyway. Whatever that one is, it's been quite sort of bleak, and you haven't been able to actually see the sea. You've been running just behind a row of dunes. However, that is Lindisfarne, and you might just be able to see the causeway. Oh, this looks as though it's going to get fun. Also, there's a nice rare bird over there. There's a hoopoe, which I've never seen in Britain. I've seen loads of them in Africa. I've seen them in Spain, places I've never seen them in Britain, so it'd be quite nice to run into a hoopoe. But I better press on because time is rather against me. I've been going quite steady and messing about with don't know if you can see this, my new little toy, my pet Neo. So I've been doing sort of averaging about 8-minute kilometres. It's also, the last section has been rather narrow, so it's been quite difficult with my Mahusive feet and nice wide Mahusive shoes. So trying to get size 15 feet down here has been a bit of a problem because it is a narrow little track. But I think I've got a big flock of geese in front of me. That could be good. The barnacle geese, which tend to be quite happy with people. They don't seem to... It's quite small, but you can see the geese coming into land there. Very small. They'll start whiffling now, which is where they drop the... Alright, they're just going to do a normal landing. Beautiful. I love geese. It's the geese behind me. They're walking away, but they're not too bothered. Hopefully I'm just about getting past them. They've just flown in, probably from Svalbard maybe. They need a dinner. Although to be fair, I haven't eaten so far. Right, so I've been slowed down by a muddy path, although I do believe it's going to get a lot muddier. But I thought I'd be a bit philosophical about why I'm doing this. And the main reason that I'm doing this, you know, I could have quite happily stayed with the family and gone, had a cake in Berwick-upon-Tweed. I could have come over here, had a look for the hoopoo, and been sensible. Instead, doing a 14-mile run across mud. Why would you do it? Well, partly because I never thought I'd be able to. Who would think that this guy would be running ultramarathons or choosing to run like this? And running's kind of the ultimate thing for me, because you know it's one of the hardest things you can do. You're putting your body through all sorts. Also, for making the videos, well, I enjoy making them, they're good fun, and just maybe it'll persuade somebody else to do the same. I've seen what, quite frankly, death by obesity looks like. It's not fun. In fact, the worst thing is the years of limbo waiting for it to happen. So that's why I'm embarrassing myself talking about how much I weigh on social media. Oh, dead gannet. I mean, why would you do that? Oh. But it can be done. You can go from being the sort of size where you go into a large sofa retailer and they try to sell you, thinking that you're actually a two-seater sofa bed. Oh, this is looking special. I'm doing it the causeway. To, well, at least considerably smaller. I'm looking forward to getting off this slippery path and out onto the causeway and potentially out onto the mud. So that is the causeway. I've got a choice coming up soon. Do I follow the road for the last 3 miles, or do I follow the Pilgrims Way? I haven't decided yet. The Pilgrims Way takes me straight across the sand. In fact, I can see the markers. Or do I go for the road? The road is safer in some ways, although it's full of cars, and to the side of the road isn't very nice. We'll see how it goes. I'm trying to decide which way to go. Right, so I'm going to have a look at the Pilgrims Way and decide what to do, because this is quite nice here. And running by the side of the road isn't that nice. The tide's about right for me to go across, and it's not that far. And also my family are watching me, so I should be reasonably safe. However, oh well, it's going to be a wet foot run, whatever happens now. However, it is getting a bit dark. So far it's looking good, I'm going to go for it. This is a bit special here though. So this is the route that Christians used to take on pilgrimage. I'll put some blurb below probably. I'm coming up to the refuge here. Actually, this is alright. You're not allowed to fly the drone, but I will give you a quick spin. So that's the refuge behind me. There's only one of them, which may be a good sign. There it is. It's could well end up being a thumbnail. I better start running again. So I'm glad I chose to do the Pilgrims Way. It's actually better than expected. Quite nice surface. Fantastic experience. However, just a disclaimer, if you decide to do this yourself, research it well, make sure you know the tide times, and to be honest with you, probably be worth getting a guide. There are professionals who will do this route with you and make sure you're safe. So far it hasn't been too bad. I spotted there isn't a second refuge ahead, but it does look as though I could get to the road reasonably easily. I have been slipping around a bit. These old Ultras haven't really got much tread on the heel anymore, and I saved my yellow ones for best for doing sort of proper events and things. So I have been slipping around in the mud. Thoroughly wet feet, of course. But this is special. This is really special. Yeah. Doing stupid stuff like this. I mean, wow. Oh, so it's a bit deep. Yeah, that's alright. Yeah. Wow. How cool is this? Anyway, the tide isn't going to wait for me, so I better keep a bit of a quicker pace. Oh, and earlier on, I paused my Strava while I talked to my family on the bridge. Got to turn it back on, so in terms of how long this is taking and stuff, it's all out the window. So I'm nearly at the end of the Pilgrims Way. Lindisfarne is just there. And I just thought something. You see, my dad's from Shetland. So I don't know what sort of greeting I'm going to get here. A 6'4" Viking running across the mud with a selfie stick with an iPhone at the end that looks remarkably in the distance like an axe. So I don't know if they're all going to be walking themselves away or greeting me with pitchforks. I think over there you'll see my darling family. Oh, I can. Silver car in the distance. This is fun. I'm soaked from the knee down, but say if you make sure you get your tides right and you are careful, this is a lot more pleasant than running by the side of a busy road full of tourists on day trips. Special. It's cool, I can hear seals in the distance. You can just about see them, but you won't get them with the phone. Bit of a sting in the tail here. That looks like a river. That's a river. Now I've heard tale of many people finishing this walk with less shoes than they started with. So if you do decide to do it, you might also want to consider learning how to do a heel lock. Me's just gone through 12 miles. Give or take what I lost by pausing it. Ooh. Cool. Unfortunately, I can't see anything, but it makes up for the Alpkit ones I lost earlier on in the year. The sea giveth and the sea taketh. Ah, this is great. Slippery. I'm having to walk this bit. Just went across a section of eel grass, which was great for wildlife, but slippery as hell. I don't want to hurt my Neo. I don't want to hurt my little Neo. Ah. I've got geese. I've got seals giving it the full. Oh, look at the geese coming in. Oh, this is magic. Utterly magic. Murmuration of starlings. This is a good walk. Alright, it's supposed to be run, but last week's been a good walk. That's brilliant. Is that starlings? I think they are. Oh, and there's a peregrine. No, it's a pigeon. Certainly scared them though. So I'm just about to go and raid the village. It'd be nice to raid the village shop. Last bit of the walk's been quite hard. I.e. why I'm calling it a walk. It was a very long grass, undulating path, loads of rabbit holes, great place to break your leg. So very slow. In terms of the half marathon time, about 3 hours. So not quick, but who cares? This was about the experience. It isn't a best effort attempt or a race. This is just me enjoying myself, getting out and having a good time in a beautiful place and enjoying the wildlife as well. I mean, this is what it's all about for me, is being fit enough to enjoy stuff as when I get older. I'm old, I'm 50. I have to make the most of the time I've got. And this day has a big fat tick against it. Special. See that point in the distance? Well, with Lindisfarne Castle behind me, I'm going to call that quits. Done just over a half marathon. Really nice, beautiful day. Great route. I think doing this as an organised event, i.e. run the raid, would be really good. So yeah, I'd recommend coming and giving it a go. Whereas for me, my challenge remains the same. Make sure that I stop raiding the fridge. Get down to the size I want to be. And then next year, get ready for the lap. That should be fun. 47 miles. But between now and Christmas, get smaller. Beautiful day. Oh, go on, give us a like and a subscribe. This has been great. See you soon.